What's good, guys? Coming back, some Nebraska news. Two things are going on. Mickey Joseph hired as the wide receiver coach, and I love this move so much because Mickey's just, he's a great guy. He knows Nebraska. He played in Nebraska. He's going to bring a lot of energy to the table, and he developed Jamar Chase. He developed. Of course, Justin Jefferson, Terrace Marshall, and now Boutte is a guy that next year I expect to be a top 15 pick, just a real speedster out of LSU. He was around Joe Brady. He was around the championships. He's a great, great guy. He's going to be a tremendous recruiter and asset for Scott Frost as the associate head coach and also helping out with the plays. I don't know if he'll be calling the plays, but he'll be involved in the offense. I absolutely love this hire. And you got a guy who's been around the SEC, knows what elite defenses are. He has to prepare for Nick Saban's defense at Alabama. He also has to prepare for Texas A&M and Mike Elko. This is a home run hire for Nebraska. They're out there right now. They're trying to get some FIU wide receivers and linemen because Butch Davis left FIU. The administration at FIU is kind of a train wreck, so Frost and Nebraska are hitting Florida pretty hard. And then also there's a really good New Mexico State wide receiver that actually is a real speedster, very good route runner that also Nebraska is trying to go after. Of course, Martinez lately, everybody's heard the news that he's now transferring. There's a chance he goes to Kansas State. He's close to Kansas State. He has connections at Kansas State. Kansas State, Skylar Thompson is graduating there. They run a really good pro-style offense. They got a guy in, and I think Deuce Vaughn, that's an incredible running back. That's going to be probably a third-round draft pick in 2 years at the very worst. He's reminiscent, of course, of Darren Sproles, but I think he's even bigger. So Deuce is a home run hitter. You put that with Adrian Martinez. It's an awesome spot. Really good defense that Kansas State always has with Kleinman. I know that Kansas State is a rival of Nebraska, but it's not too far to move from Lincoln to Manhattan. So we'll see what Adrian does. They're the front runner right now for Adrian. Of course, he's from California, Fresno State. Their coach ends up going to Washington. Could Adrian go out to Washington or go back home to California there? Chip Kelly, you have to see what Dorian Thompson-Robinson does. If he's going to come back for another year with Chip, there's a lot of options for Adrian Martinez. But really looking at Mickey Joseph, I'm really excited about this hire. And also Spencer Rattler is on campus. And Spencer Rattler is a big-time talent. He's won a lot of games. He helped Oklahoma win the Big 12. He has a big arm. I think Rattler too. This is a guy that again has gone through a ton of adversity. With having the prospects of him being a first-round pick and being the Heisman front runner at the beginning of the year. This is a guy that's had to grow over the year a lot, and I'm ready to see Rattler bounce back. And everybody kind of hates Spencer Rattler because it's 17 years old, as a junior in high school or a senior when he was 18. He gave people access to his life. And Spencer Rattler when he was on Beyond the Lights, he was a little bit arrogant, and he was joking around with J.D. Johnson. He kind of came across as a guy who was very confident and overconfident to some. But Rattler, to some people, kind of has that confidence. You look at even Kobe Bryant had that kind of confidence Mamba mentality. And also, I think this kid's a really nice kid. Like, I look at him getting interviewed just because he was pushing NIL. He was riding very high. And just because someone did a television show at 18 years old doesn't mean that someone doesn't adapt or change. Or I don't even think he needs to adapt. I think that's too strong of a word. So anyway, Rattler's visiting there. He would be awesome at Nebraska. It would be really exciting. Frost needs a winning year. You have Harburg, you have Logan Smothers. Spencer Rattler is better than Logan Smothers. He's more talented. Harburg's very interesting. The San Antonio kid is interesting, but they're very young. And of course, Nebraska needs to put together an 8 or 9 win season, no matter way they can put it, so Frost can basically be on equal ground. I mean, this Huskers team, again, Their point differential, they beat Northwestern by 45. They lost all the Big Ten games by about 45. You see all the coaching turnover, Virginia, Oklahoma, USC, Notre Dame, and LSU. It was smart to keep Scott Frost. And listen, Jim Harbaugh, when he was calling plays, he didn't have Josh Gaddis. And when Jim Harbaugh had Don Brown as a defensive coordinator, Michigan was not very good. They go out, they get Mike McDonald, a star from the Ravens. They go out and get Josh Gaddis from Alabama and Penn State, and bam, their offense is great. McNamara, McCarthy are really good quarterbacks. And Nebraska, I think, could get a really good quarterback, maybe in Rattler or somebody else, and they could be a really good team. So that's the video. Hope you guys liked it.